Welcome guys, my name is Patrick Izuna, and if you've ever wanted to trade US stocks but you're stuck outside the United States, then this channel is for you. Now in this video, we'll go over what stocks are, what the stock market is, and how you can get started trading stocks like Netflix and Tesla in 3 simple steps.
But before we dive into that, here's a quick story about one of my favorite stocks and how they got started. See, it's very important that you pay attention to this part because it helps you understand the rest of the video.
It all started in 2008 when 3 friends, Brian, Nathan, and Joe, had a wild idea. They couldn't afford to pay rent, so they decided to throw air mattresses on the floor and rent out their living room. Now that small idea morphed into a multi-billion-dollar industry. And these 3 friends went on to create Airbnb, a platform that allowed people everywhere to rent out their spaces. Fast forward to 2020, and with over 4 million hosts and 150 million users, Airbnb decided to take the leap by expanding to an even bigger scale. How? By selling a piece of their company to the public through a process known as initial public offering. Now, in December of that year, Airbnb sold 10% of the company by offering 51.5 million shares to the public and raising $3.5 billion. But that's not the interesting part. See, each share was sold at $68 initially, but by the end of the day, each share was sold at $148, representing over 100% increase. That's phenomenal, wild, but that's also the power of the stock market. So, what exactly is a stock? At its simplest, a stock is a piece of ownership in a company. Imagine a company like a huge pizza, and each stock represents a slice of the pizza. So when you buy a stock of a company, you're essentially buying a small slice of the pizza. And hey, the more slices you own, the bigger your stake in the pizza, right? When Airbnb went public, they offered millions of those slices, shares, so that people like you and me could own a piece of their company. And when a company like Airbnb grows, its stockholders could potentially make money as the stock price increases. And that's the game. Now, let's talk about where all this buying and selling goes down. The stock market. Think of the stock market like a huge marketplace. But instead of fruits and vegetables, people are buying and selling shares of companies. The 2 biggest markets, the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. Every day, millions of shares change hands, and the price of these shares are determined by demand and supply. And this is how fortunes are both made and lost. So, if you're looking to trade stocks, that's the arena you want to be playing in. Alright, now you know what stocks are and you know where they are traded. For the next step, we're going to talk about how you can get started trading these stocks in 3 simple steps. First off, you need to open a brokerage account. Now, a brokerage account is where you go to buy and sell. Some popular examples include Robinhood, E-Trade, and Bamboo. Now, while I won't give you any specific recommendations, I will give you 5 factors to consider before you make a decision. First, check out the fees. Less fees means you get to keep more of your gains. Second, you want to pay attention to ease of use. You want to go for a platform that is pretty intuitive and quick to navigate. You're able to find your way around it easily. Third, research tools are key too. They should offer research tools that help you make informed decisions. Fourth, good customer service. Good customer service is a must in case you run into issues or just need help along the way. And finally, for those of us with smaller account sizes, it's important to ensure that they offer fractional shares. And what this means is that you're able to buy a small piece of a high-priced stock, stocks like Tesla, Airbnb, Apple. Now look at you. You set up your account and you're ready to buy your first stock, right? Wrong. Before you buy any stock, there's a very important part that you can't miss out on. Research. Research, research, research. For example, if you're looking to trade or invest in a stock like Airbnb, you could start from checking out their earnings reports, just so you get an idea of how much they are making and how much they could potentially make going forward. That gives you a level of understanding of if this is something you want to be involved in or not. You should never go into the market without making proper, adequate research so that all your decisions are informed. Alright, now you bought your first stock. What next? Even after buying your first stock, you still need to keep an eye on how it's performing. For example, Airbnb could release a quarterly earnings and the stock price could end up going up or down, depending on if they met or missed the expectations that the market had for the earnings. So earnings reports gives you a snapshot of a company's health. If Airbnb beats expectations, that could send the stock price soaring, like going really high. But if they miss expectations, that could also mean that the stock price will take a hit. It's not just earnings reports. Stock prices are also affected by news, like changes in the economy or new product launches. So let's assume Airbnb announces a new feature that makes their platform easier to use and could potentially bring new customers. Now, an announcement like that would boost investor confidence and potentially increase the stock price. Alright, let's recap. Stocks represent ownership in a company. The stock market is where you can buy and sell these stocks. And before you buy or sell any stocks, do your research. Check the company's financials. Stay updated on news. And make sure you know when important events like earnings reports are happening. And remember, trading stocks isn't about luck. It's about making informed decisions. Now, if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because in subsequent videos, I'll be sharing everything I'm learning, going from an absolute beginner trading stocks to a wildly profitable professional. See you in my next video. Peace.